Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Rail. Just a little podcast this morning about my IPP, really. I was when I was in the scrubs and they gave me a job in the Conor Bear. Yeah, I didn't really like we just talk about the IPP. But no one really knew too much about it, and I was still like in the Conor Bear now and again, going in cells and giving drug dealers a bit of jib, couple of right handers here and there because they got really saucy, throwing shit over you and things like that. You know what I mean? Being sick and when you're going in there, they're fucking getting their shit and all that and throwing it at you. So you got to give them a clump of screws all right in there about that. You know what I mean? But I haven't got the IPP yet, and obviously I want to win a court and give me an IPP. I didn't really understand it. And the co-defendant fucking was the grassman on the firm, Steve. I couldn't believe it when I walked into the court. They brought him in later and all this that and the other. And on the coach, they brought him in late and put him at the back of the coach, and it was all crazy. Everything was mad. And I went there, and the judge gave me an IPP. I didn't really understand IPP. He said that I'm going to give you 2.5 years IPP. I thought, hold up, I've just done 2.5 years remand. I've just done 2.5 years remand in the scrubs on the Conor Bear. So I thought IPP, I don't know. So when I got back to the cell, I went a bit crazy. Went mad, smashed the cell up, and this, that, and the other. When people were telling me that 2.5 years don't really count on an IPP, Anyway, when I went back to the scrubs and talked to the screws about the IPP, but no one really knew. I mean, they'll say it's a new thing just come out. I was one of the first people to get this IPP. So it was just a trial, I suppose, as such. Not a trial. We're not in a trial. I can done 10 years out of it, it was frightening. It was very frightening for me. Like I didn't know what was going on, and a couple of people coming to my cell, sitting down, talking to me about it, and trying to read about the IPP, what was done, and this, that, and the other, and screws coming in. A couple of screws I know that was involved in probation and bits and pieces like that. Coming had a chat to me and told me about this IPP. I thought, fucking hell, mate, are they sure? And anyway, when I went to the scrubs, when I went to the mount, and I heard more about it, and then I got to do all the courses and this, that, and the other. Anyway, I got out, and that's where it really started. Really, when I got out and I was in a hostel, I got a little bit frightened, because hearing people getting recalls for silly things. I thought, fucking hell, I'm an IPP. So every day I used to go down the gym, have my workout down the gym, come back, get changed, go to see my mum, yeah, and stay with my mum and come back and bang up in the hostel. And now, like, I think about years and years ago, where I used to look after, I used to be an enforcer. Not only was I an enforcer, but I was also a bodyguard for my pals. Every Friday night, we used to go down Chiswick, Nobby Griffiths used to have a black Bentley, and we used to go down there, and I used to be the bodyguard for quite a few people, 5, 6 people. We used to go to the clubs, start off at Browns. No, sorry, start at the Blondes, from Blondes, go for Pal Joey's to Verdenz's. Sometimes you got bootleggers from Pal Joey's, and then doing what they got to do, go from there to bootleggers, or Verdenz's, and Verdenz's to Browns, and have a late night there. Then from there, go to Nobby Griffiths' house, at big parties until Sunday. I didn't even drink. I never even drug or nothing. So you can imagine how I felt. I was in a right bad way. But and I used to have rows all the time, fighting all the time, making sure they was okay, going to the toilet, clumping people who got a bit saucy, never let them know what's going on, just clumping them and getting away with it, you know what I mean? And no pleas of call or nothing, fucking sweet as a nut. But when I got this IPP and I come home, yeah, I was petrified, mate. I was petrified. I was hearing so much. I was going to see my probation, and I was seeing my probation every 2 or 3 days. And and also I went to see a pal of mine. I hadn't seen him since I've been away. 10 stretch, went to see him, He's got me in his car, driving around, seeing people, meeting people. Also, I got a phone call from a probation officer. I'd only just seen him, you know. I got a phone call from my probation officer saying to me, you better come and see me, it's very important. I said, I've only just been and seen you. He said, no, it's very important. I said, what, is there a problem? He said, yes, there is a problem. And I thought, oh, fucking hell, what's going on? Anyway, when I went to see him, he's telling me that I've been seeing someone that's a known criminal. A known criminal? And you've been driving about in him, and you've been a target, and Mapper, I've seen you. This Mapper is a number of people. You get on an IPP. They're the people that watch you, make sure you do what you're supposed to do, and you don't know who they are. Can be anybody. Can be anybody. Can be anybody. Police officer, fucking bus driver, postman. It can be anybody. You know what I mean? You don't know who they are. It's an agency. They work on the agency, and that's how it goes. So it gets worse. You know what I mean? You think, oh, fucking hell. Anyway, I want to see the probation officer. He said to me, listen, there's a person that you've been seen with, and he is a target, and you've been seen driving in his car, and we're thinking about giving you a recall for it. I said, well, I didn't know nothing about all that. You've got to explain to me about this. Anyway, he explained to me, he said, look, I'll be in touch with you very shortly to let you know what's going on. He phoned me up and said, oh, you know, at the moment, Mr. Hill, you're on tender hooks, you know. I thought, fucking hell, got to stay well away from my mate, you know what I mean? And my mate's only been done, the biggest sentence he's ever done is 6 months, you know what I mean? It's crazy. He's not no big time Charlie Potatoes. He don't go out and do, you know what I mean? It's crazy. He's just a mate. Anyway, I had to stay away. And then I got a bit, thought, how can I go out? How can you go out? How can you go to a club? How can you go to a bar? You know, it's virtually impossible, you know, because, you know, really, I'm telling you, I've been out 9 years, yeah, and I ain't really been out at all. I ain't really been out to a bar, a proper bar. I've been in a few restaurants, you know what I mean, but I ain't been out to enjoy myself to a club because I'm petrified. If anything kicks off in the club or the bar or whatever, and it's on camera, and I happen to be in that bar and on camera, I can get a recall. Yeah, you think I'm joking? I can get a recall because they're not to know that I wasn't involved in it, verbally or whatever, and I can get a recall. So it petrifies you to even go out, to a bar, to even go out to have some sort of a night. You know what I mean? And come on, it's not, it ain't right. Well, I'd rather be out here and do this than be in there and never come out. You know what I mean? Because if you're in there and you're playing up, you ain't coming out. Out here, well, you're out and you got to stay out. You know what I mean? You got to stay out. It's all about life. Listen, I don't. It's got to a stage now. I'm going, fuck this. You know what I mean? Really. I don't want to go back in prison. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go back in there. I've had enough now. 26 and a half years in prison is a little bit over OTT, you know. And I mean, I'm doing a book now. I'm doing a book now, right now. Yeah, right now, I'm doing a book. I've got a guy who's a brilliant ghostwriter, and I'm doing it now. I mean, he's been at it for a bit of time. And it's going to be very, very nice. It's going to be a nice book, you know. And I don't want to get myself in any sort of aggro whatsoever. I mean, I keep it down as much as possible. Okay, the club the other night, keep it down. It's only people that we know, people that live around the area, people that are this, that, and the other. And it's not going to be a club for people outside. I don't want no aggro. I just don't want no problems. Okay, it's a club. It maybe gets, 100 people in there, 60 people in there, but it's a club. And it's non-earnable club. It's not a club, we ain't really up to earning lots of money, you know what I mean? My mate Terry's giving me this club to run, you know, and it's not really earnable. It's good, I get wage for it. I don't get a lot of money, I get silly money, but it's something just to keep my nose clean, keep me out of aggro. You know, and I don't get no big money, mate. A little bit here and there. You know what I mean? I'm not taking a piss at the government. I'm not doing anything like that, you know. And I mean, I've got Terry, my mate, is the best person that you could ever possibly meet. You know what I mean? He's been good to me. I ain't gonna fuck him up in any way, shape, or form. I don't get myself involved in any trouble at all. I mean, sometimes you're driving down the road, you know, you get these silly people that want to do things. You get out and you're chasing them and this, that, and the other. You've got to be careful, you know. You've got to be careful what goes on, what happens, and it gets to the stage that I'll get very, very frightened. You know what I mean? Look, you know, I do get frightened in a way. I'm a big man. You know, I don't want to cause no problems. I don't want to hit someone in the chin and then wind up like causing bundles of trouble, broken jaws, fractured nose, and all them sort of things. You know, he could even kill people. You know what I mean? It's not as if you can't. It's the problem is you can. Just hitting them. You know what I mean? If you know how to bang and you're banging really, really hard, and I can bang, you know, and you can kill someone. So the best part of it is just calm down. Calm down. Keep very, very calm. Terry sometimes says, calm down, mate. You keep shouting. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. I can't do nothing else but shout. Do you know what I mean? He got to a stage now that I'm petrified to do anything but that. You know? You know about years ago when I was look after some proper gangsters, proper people. I mean, you know, I'm going out with Nobby, my mate Nobby. You got Mickey, you got Ray, you got Gary, you got Nigel. You got a lot of people that are well-known people and proper gangsters. You know what I mean? Proper bad people that can fight, that are boxers and gangsters. And you're looking after them. You may be looking after 6 people. You know, and that's what I was doing. It didn't bother me having a fight. It didn't bother me knocking people out. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me getting hurt. I'm not bothered about all things like that. But now it's a bit frightening. It's a little bit frightening to get involved in any problems, any trouble whatsoever. Believe me, listen, since I've been out of prison, a lot of people approach me about things. Not going to get involved, mate. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know, you know what I mean? Push me aside, mate. Push me aside, see you later. I ain't getting involved. It's like, see you later, alligator. I ain't getting involved in anything like that. Fuck that. I don't want it. For what? For what's going to happen? 25, 30 grand in your pocket. All of a sudden, you're looking over your shoulder to the rest of the time. And it ain't that for me. Suspicion is enough to get you a recall. I ain't having it, mate. I ain't having that shit. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want out. I want out here, mate. I want out here. And I mean, what I've done in the last year, my life's gone crazy. You know what I mean? My life's gone crazy. Everything's going for the right reason, you know. It's all going right. I've got a flat. I've got the book. There's other things in the pipeline that we're going into. I mean, you know, I'm going to go right. I'm going to do things the right way. Rather than think I'm going to earn bundles of money in one big lump, I'm going to earn bundles of money in a future. In my little future that I've got left, I'm going to earn money. I'm with someone very nice, and I don't want to fucking ruin it. I don't want to ruin it. It's easy to ruin things, you know what I mean? You've got to remember, you know, you go back to the years that you was out there, you know, how many people have I hurt in my life, you know what I mean? How many people have got vendettas against me? You know, how many people who want me fucking really hurt, you know what I mean? So I've got that on my mind too. That people that think now, oh yeah, we can just sort him out now, you know, he's an old man. But don't be mistaken about I'm an old man, that you can sort me out, because you can't. You can't do it now, mate. You've never done it then, so you ain't going to do it now, believe me, you know what I mean? You know, that's why, listen, I ain't been anywhere since I've been out of prison. Truthfully, I've met some really, really nice people, you know. I ain't took them out for drinks. I ain't took them out for dinner. I ain't done none of that. I've lost it. The other day I went to a restaurant, sat in a restaurant by myself, having a bit of dinner. Do you know what, mate? It was fucking, I thought, fuck me. I'm missing this, mate. I'm missing so much, you know what I mean? On a Saturday night, Friday night, Sunday night, it can be any night, you know what I mean? To go out with someone and have a good night out. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's the trouble. I'm always, listen, my mate says to me, like, okay, what we do, we'll go out tonight, we'll go out and have a nice little drink, and I something to eat. I said, I don't want to know, too, honestly. I ain't going no pubs. I ain't going no pubs. Listen, as soon as I walk in a pub, it's what I've learned over the years, yeah? I can sense it. I can sense it. I can sense the aggro. I can sense the people that are going to cause aggro. As soon as I go in there, I've got it straight away. It's something it's something that I've always done. It's something that I've always done over the years because I've worked doing this sort of things. You know what I mean? Being an enforcer. You know what I mean? Being on the doors of clubs, going to see people, and after a while, you get to know. Walking into the atmosphere, you know it straight away. You think, oh, it's going to be off here, mate. And I'm going to be one of the people involved in it. You know you are. You know you are. I couldn't stand there while somebody's getting a clump and this, that, and the other. I just couldn't do it. So that's the best thing to do is keep away from it. Keep away from it. Keep away from it. Your life, listen, my life's going to be a good life. I don't want no more problems. I don't want no more problems. Listen, I train. I train every day. I train every day. I'm still very, very fit, man. I put a little bit of weight around the belly, but I still am a very, very fit man, and I still train every day. And that's never going to change for me. That ain't never going to change. If I let that go, I just collapse, you know. And I train every day. I train hard, mate. Maybe like, 20 minutes, half hour, but I still train every day. What you put into that 20 minutes and half hour is what it is. There's no point training 2 hours, you ain't put nothing into it, so I just time. But I've trained, as I told you, for 20 minutes and half an hour, and I put a lot into it, and I feel better for it. You know what I mean? I feel better. I train because of me, because of my body. I want to look after myself. You know, I don't want to be on a Zimmer frame, on a stick, and all that. I don't want none of that game. I want to be able to walk upright, mate. I want to be able to keep myself together. You know what I mean? I don't want no problems in my life no more. I've had enough of it. Anyway, sometimes in your life, you know, sometimes in your life you can't get away from it. Something happens that you just can't get away from it. I've had it a few times since I've been out. I've had it a few times, you know. But because of my profession, because of the way what I used to do as a living, you know, I can talk my way out of it in a way, you know what I mean? Get away from it, you know, rather than fucking smash them to pieces, you know what I mean? Smash them to pieces or come back later and take them away in a little car or take them around in a little van. I finished all that. I finished all that enforcement game, you know what I mean? I finished it. I was very good at what I did. I'm very good now at what I did, but I don't want to use it. Anyway, let's forget about all that. It's this Bang Bang Rail. Sorry, it's a little bit short, but I've got to go out. I've got things to do, and please like and subscribe. And obviously, I do a little podcast every day. As I told you, a very good friend of mine is doing my book. It's going to be a good book, you know. It's going to be a good book. It's not going to be one book. It may not even be 2 books. It could even be 3 books. My life's crazy. I've got big stories, and I've told quite a few of them, but not them all, yeah? So please like and subscribe, and take care, have a nice day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.